YouTube, what's going on? The reason why you see the car with the hood up like this is because I got a little something to say. Again, it may not appeal to everybody. It may not, you know, it's not directed towards anyone. It's just more of an educational piece on what I find how reliable is loosely used with a lot of the community out here, and I'm just trying to, I guess, shed some light on what we call reliable, or what I call reliable, because this is my opinion, and I'm just trying to let you know within my videos, like, how do I describe certain things as far as like reliability, mods and stuff like that. And if you guys don't know, you know, in the last video I made with the track day and everything, you know, the reputation of these cars is, you know, that they're not reliable. Like the FA24 isn't reliable, and in my opinion, that's false. Heck, the last thing that I would think about with this car is it not being reliable. Now, I could tell you, when I bought this car, I think I got it at like 6,500 miles. And now it's at 22,000 miles. Now, I don't know exactly what you guys call reliable. And again, that's the key word today, because I've had a lot of cars. I can't even count how many I've had. And most people, at least that think about Subaru, they say this car isn't reliable. Now, I can tell you, for this car in particular, it is very reliable. And I'll give you reasons, 5 of them. And then I'll explain what I mean by reliable after that. Reason number 1 why this is reliable: there are no mods on it, right? When you mod a vehicle, then you gotta expect that you're gonna have issues. Not every mod is foolproof. Even not the mods that have been out for a while are foolproof. One thing that people misconceive about a reliable engine is that when you hear some of these cats get on here and they say, oh man, engine blew up, I can't believe, you know, this happened to my Subaru again, oh my God. Like, I've seen plenty of people say that, and it's because they mod the freaking thing to the moon. It's like, you know, why would you say something is not reliable when you're modding the engine? 1, you're not an engineer. 2, if you don't mod the car, I've seen plenty of Subarus reach, you know, well into the 100,000 mark of, you know, mileage without any issues. Again, prime example, I own a 2020 WRX that has over 100,000 miles on it. And the only thing that I've done with that car is get the clutch repaired. That's it. Oh, obviously, you know, regular maintenance, tune up. I did a tune up on it, and you know, the clutch had to get replaced. Other than that, the car still runs strong, smooth, everything. So to me, when you say that's unreliable, what do you expect the car to do? I'm well out of warranty. So, you know, I have to come out of pocket for that. But heck, it took me over 120,000 miles for something to happen to that car. And mind you, the only mods I currently have on that car is the cold air intake for the turbo. That's it. So if you're gonna do bolt-ons, if you're gonna do anything that adds a significant amount of power to a stock engine that's tuned for a whole different number, you gotta expect to have issues at one point in time. that's the risk that you go with you know, getting a car like that. You get most people that get a Subaru, or again a GR86, is to mod the car. You're gonna mod it. You're going to. That's what nobody goes to Toyota or Subaru to get one of these cars without having any plans to do something with the car. That's just the God honest truth. But saying it's unreliable really makes no sense, because again, I live here in PA. I'm in PA right now, in Pittsburgh. I drive to DC every single week, and that's about what, 600 miles, which again, I got this car at 6,000 something miles. It's at 20,000. Only thing I did was change the oil. I have no issues with this car, and I drive it way more than most of you watching this video drive your car a year. So again, if there's anybody that can say something isn't reliable or is reliable, the average person a year drives about 10,000 miles. I'm already pushing double that this year because of where I work. And the reason why I have multiple cars is for that reason. It's for, you know, not to push up mileage too high on one vehicle, but just have a plethora of vehicles that I could use to travel with, and to also have a little bit of fun. So I'm like, well, shoot, if I'm traveling all the time, I might as well have fun, which is one of the reasons why I have cars like these, because they're fun to drive. So reliability is definitely something that is loosely used with Subaru, and I'm here to basically debunk what reliability is to people, because it really doesn't make any sense how you say something is unreliable when, one, most Subarus you get, again, I have 2 of them, this is technically a Subaru, you get a really good warranty on them. Toyota, I think, has me at 100,000 or 70,000 miles powertrain warranty. So either way, anything that happens to this car, okay, if it happens, it happens. It is a first of the new generation of the vehicle. So if anything happens, I get it, I'm good. But you know, at least I don't have to pay for it, right? But in my estimation, like, I've already taken this thing to the track. I have had no issues. And again, I'm novice here. I'm not a pro driving. I'm not going in hot on corners as much as the next person. And I can't speak for everybody or the other people that had engine failure issues. I'm just going from my vantage point. I have 2 Subarus, and I've had little to no problem with them, but regular upkeep, maintenance, that's it. That's all. Actually, I'm gonna keep driving. I'll come back this way in a second. But that's the only thing that I've had done to the car is regular maintenance. So reliability is something that obviously Toyota, Honda, you know, hang their hat on, but I think Subaru does as well. It's just that you got most people they're younger too, from what I see on the internet, that just say the engine isn't reliable. And for me, I think they're just going off of what people on YouTube are saying for clicks, because those clickbait titles of the engine blowing up, you get a lot of clicks on that, you know. But in my estimation, they're spreading a false narrative that the engines aren't reliable. This engine is perfect. It has power, it delivers fine, it has no issues. And again, there's a reason why these cars can't stay on the lot. There's a reason for that. These cars overall are great. And for those of you who are just daily driving the freaking car, I daily drive this car and track this car. And again, you heard it from me, you will not have any issues with this car for the most part. And if you do, you know, hopefully you got a decent warranty, you'll be good to go. But in my opinion, the reliability stuff is just way overblown. And the last couple of reasons is, if most people don't even drive that much, and when people do have this car, it's like their second car, that are, you know, a little bit older than I am. But you know, most people that drive this car don't even drive it that much, especially as much as I do. So how can you say something's reliable when you probably keep the car for a year before you trade it in? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say drive the car 50, 60,000 miles and then see what you have done in that time. But again, you technically at 50, 60,000 miles, you're covered by warranty. So how are you saying that something isn't reliable when you don't even keep the car long enough for it to be considered unreliable? Because if you're at 50, 60,000 miles, and if you divide that with the 10, you got 5 years of the car at that point. I would say now more people trade their cars in way more often than they used to back then. You know, and by the time you even think that the car is unreliable, you're gonna trade it in anyway. You're gonna get tired of it, you're gonna want something different, and you're gonna get into another vehicle loan and trade it in. Most people don't even keep their cars that long anymore. So I would just like to, you know, try to debunk that narrative that something isn't reliable when most people who have these cars don't even drive it nearly as much as I do and claim that they have issues. Now again, I'm not saying that oil starvation isn't an issue, but again, it's only an issue on the track. If you are daily driving it, you will definitely not have any issues with this car, and I can stand by that. There's no issues of any daily driver person with this car, you know, saying that their engine's unreliable or something like that. And also for my track guys, there are 2 videos that I am going to put in the link in the description that will give you mitigations that help with the oil starvation problem. The Accusump, which again, I'll post those videos in the links in the description, and the IAG oil baffle. Those have shown great results. And you're gonna, again, most of these people that go to the track, you're modding your car anyway. Just get the oil pan or the oil baffle, and I think you'll be good to go regardless. But for those of you who don't plan on doing any of that, this car is a steal. It is a steal of a vehicle because of how fun it is to drive and what the things that you could do to this car, because you could technically make it anything you wanted it to be. You can turbocharge it, you can supercharge it. People have done both already with no issues. So again, is this engine reliable? Yes, it is. It is definitely reliable, and I can stand by that for sure. What makes an engine unreliable is when you start fucking with it. And that's it. If you leave the car stock the way it is, it does just fine. And that's just how it goes. That's why the dealers, you know, Toyota, Subaru, and all of them, they say, look, if you mod it, I'm voiding your warranty, because again, you are messing up what we had tuned the car to do. You're messing with it. So if you're doing that, then why do you expect us to pay for your issues? That doesn't make any sense, right? Wouldn't you want to pay for somebody else's issues that you didn't build or make? No. So you got to take that, you know, as a risk when you start modding the vehicle for power. But that's all I got, man. I know it's a little rant and it was kind of all over the place, but engine reliability is something that is definitely relative to most people, and some people don't even know what reliability is because they don't even keep the car long enough to figure it out. The average person probably keeps their car 1.5 to 2 years before they trade it in. So if you keeping this car and driving it as much as I am, then you'll see what I'm saying. Well, most of you guys don't drive nearly as much as I do. And again, take it from me because I'm in this car every day. 22,000 miles from 6. And I haven't even had this car a year. So, you know, that's all I got though, fellas. I will be posting a Miata video. I haven't forgot about you Miata boys. I know this is a bit long and it was a rant, but I just want to get that out there because engine reliability is just, I don't want you to miss out on getting something great because somebody said that this car is a grenade when you make a right turn. It's not. And that's definitely not true. Because you're not, most of you aren't even going to the track. She came in hot. But that's all I got, dog. Thank you. Peace out.